Back on the TD to GP real quick. Come on. You got this natural follow-up. I mean, what was the play call?
I can't give the...
Yo, they can't! They on Clarence Hill ass! Yo, they on Clarence Hill ass! All right, y'all. We got to see what the leadership of the Dallas Cowboys has to say after that. Oh, so satisfying victory over the New York Jets. And remember, y'all, the New York Jets, though they are winless, don't let nobody sit there and tell y'all, oh, it's just the Jets. The Jets been in every game they done played damn near this season. They done played guys very, very hard. And honestly, the Cowboys, they made them look worse than pretty much anybody else has made them look all season long. Let's get right into this one. Dak Prescott, Schottenheimer, and of course, the crypt keeper himself, Gerald Jones. After he been flipping people off at the New York Jets game. We back, y'all. The Jets game. This man out here flipping people off at the game. We are officially back, man. Man, shut your up. Woo, man. Let's take a listen here. I'm excited. I want to hear what everybody got to say, man. This is great stuff. Let's start with that.
Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Your thoughts on Ryan Flournoy and the big game he had this afternoon?
Yeah, super proud of him. A guy that, second year, very, very hungry, is not afraid to tell you how much he wants it. I had plenty of conversations with him, going back to like those Atlanta trips and just those off-season times of spending together and getting to know somebody. That guy he has a lot of, as an old coach, you say, in his neck. And
okay, I like that. Okay, that's a throwback.
He wants to be great, and he wants to, every opportunity and responsibility he can, he wants to make the most of. And I think tonight was just an example of just that, of him getting that opportunity, him making every play that came his way, whether it was the deep ones across the middle, the free play down the sideline, the arounds. He's just showing that he's very deserving of the ball, and he's going to make plays when he gets it. Super proud of him.
Hell yeah, man. Ron Flournoy, I think he earned himself some snaps. I think he put Jalen Tolbert even more at jeopardy. They were just talking about how Jalen Tolbert had to take a step back after the George Pickens trade. Man, after the way Ron Flournoy has played when he's gotten a chance and just how physical he is, the physicality he plays with is the difference. Whether you look at it, whether he's blocking or he's going up on a route and doing a head tap on a guy, whatever it may be, the physicality he plays with is the difference between Ron Flournoy and pretty much anybody else on our roster right now, outside of maybe a Jonathan Mingo, right? Kevontae Turpin, he tries to play physical, but for his stature, he can't impose that physicality on another guy, for real. Let's be real. Jalen Tolbert, man, that one little play, that one little 5-yard catch that Ron Flournoy got, caught the ball, his back was turned towards the first down marker, and he kind of made that push, and instead of getting knocked back or knocked over, like I really feel like Jalen Tolbert would have gotten, Ron Flournoy got us that first down, man. And that type of thing is what you want from guys. Guys that can make that extra move to get you what you need to extend the drive.
Looks like Javonte Williams continues to have really good games. Your thoughts on how he played today?
He's a hell of a player, great running back, understands the schemes, understands the pass game, understands what we're trying to get at. Always is going to get positive yards. I mean, there's been numbers of plays now where it should have been a negative play, and the guy he's so strong, shakes his defender off of him, still gets a first down and third down, or fourth down, whatever it may be. He's a huge help to this team. He's been a great addition, and credit everything he's doing, but there's a lot of those guys up front tonight, playing with, not necessarily, I mean, 4 backups, I guess you can say, and I hate to say backups, but 4 guys who got their opportunity tonight, who went and created holes for him and played nasty and played to the end of each whistle, and Javonte running hard like he always does resulted in a big night for him.
Clarence Hill, DLLS Cowboys.
And yeah, that can't be overstated. The offensive line, man. The offensive line was so impressive for 4 backups. Yes, Dak was impressive, kind of shortening up that clock a little bit, getting the ball out of his hand, climbing up into the pocket, negotiating the pocket a little bit, buying his offensive line a little bit more time. At times they may have gotten beat. Man, the offensive line coming in and played the way they did, that just shows why they went out and got all the guys they went out and got this offseason, man. All the moves that Jerry and them guys have made, from Javonte Williams to George Pickens to all the backup offensive linemen they went out and signed. All the offensive moves have looked really good so far. Some of the defensive moves, we still waiting for some of those to turn up a little bit, but let's go ahead and keep going.
Thank you on that. Can you just talk about this team and you guys' ability to function as an offense? You as a quarterback with 4 backups on the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm so happy Clarence's voice ain't even pissing me off.
It's credit to these coaches. It's credit to the players. It's credit to the organization. And, I mean, everybody. There's not many teams in the league that can put four guys who don't start into the game and feel confident about going and winning a game, especially on the road, against one of the most premier interior defensive linemen and some good rushers as well. So, I mean, credit from the front office of getting these guys, but just as important, I mean, these guys don't see themselves as backups, as they shouldn't. They've just been waiting on their opportunity. It goes back to April and OTAs all the way through minicamp of guys taking advantage of each rep that they've gotten and knowing that their time's going to come. Our OC Clayton says it all the time. If you don't like your position.
And these type of games, make no mistake about it, man. This instills more confidence in the program. For the players, for everything that Shotty's been preaching all season long. I love this for these guys. The fact that they're seeing these wins, they're seeing these games play out so tough. Outside of the Bears games, these games have all been so tough, man. And they have had to build a lot of football character. And I know they had to reach back on a lot of what Shotty was preaching. And the team had to go back to what the team's supposed to be built off of. And so far, I think it's inspiring some confidence in these guys and just the program in general. This is exciting to see.
Or if you're a little upset, you know that you're not the guy. Wait 10, 15 minutes. You never know. That's the way that this league goes. And those four guys and Flo and other guys showed that tonight, that you just keep your head down, you keep working, you control what you can control, and when your opportunities come, you don't have to look around, you can take advantage of them.
You know, we talked earlier in the week about the emotional game last week and not being let down. And can you just talk about what you guys did during the week? Did you see this coming? Because we've seen this before. You come over to a Jets team, a winless Jets team you lost before, didn't have the same intensity.
Did he win? I was a young Dak and not this team. Don't put this team in that same category.
Yeah! Look at this. Come on, man. Stay on Clarence Hill ass. Bro, Dak be watching the videos, man. I love it. Man, these boys is embracing it, bro. Man, don't be letting these folks get away with this goofy stuff they be on, bro. That was crazy. Get out of here, Nat.
Different. Everything's different, man. I mean, each year, each identity, each year, each team's different. I get 1,000% get what you're saying. But I saw this coming just on the simple fact of this team knows how confident we are, what we're capable of doing. We know how important it was to get the taste of last week out of our mouth and out of our mind. Whether it was, sure, it was a good game, but it was a tie. You don't play in this league to get ties, and so know how hungry the defense is, right? Sure, I mean they're being asked and being called on, right, from I'm sure all of you guys to do more, and they went out there tonight and played a hell of a game and got some turnovers and numbers of sacks that allowed us, to play a complimentary game on all phases of it. And super proud of the team, the way we came out, we fought, loved the whole end of the second quarter, right? That was huge, from that turnover to the way the offense was able to get the 2 touchdowns. I'm sure they'd all say the same. We want to finish more, and I know we left some plays and some points out there today.
To say that y'all scored 37 with half your offense being backups is crazy work, man.
Dak, shout out to the How do you maintain the confidence that you have when you have 4 non-starting offensive linemen out there? You have to be aware of that. Your regular guys aren't there.
It's the time that you spend together throughout the building, and it's those moments, those reps that they get throughout practice. I had a conversation with a young lineman earlier in the week about, how I became a starter. And so if there's ever a guy who's going to believe in somebody having to step up to the plate and when their number's called and people don't think they're ready, it's going to be me. And so to me, it's just about encouraging those guys and motivating those guys to understand that you're meant to be here. You're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. Like, don't overthink this thing. It's football. It's a fun, great team game. You've got teammates to count on and lean on. Just go out there and trust that and let it go. And so
I want this man to win a Super Bowl so bad. I wanted to win a Super Bowl so bad, man.
Going from Nate, who I've talked about all offseason, right, to Akeem or Keaton, who's that's the one I had the conversation with, to TJ and Brock, who've gotten tons of snaps and have started numbers of games here. I've got so much confidence in those guys, and it just grows with each play and each moment when I see how much pride that they take in their jobs. I mean, you got a young Nate Thomas coming up to me after the game saying that he can do better and he will do better, and and it's like, dude, I know you will. You know what I mean? Like, I know you will, but that's as rewarding as this win is, because you got guys who care about this as much as you do and want to be the best absolutely every play.
Boy, that is going to push competition in every room. Nobody should feel safe at any time, bro. That's going to push competition in every room so hard.
My confidence just continues to rise with those guys.
And you had 3 touchdowns today against the blitz. I think it might be 5 now on the season. What do you like about it when you're seeing blitzes from other teams?
Yeah, I mean, you're blitzing guys. You're one-on-one usually with my guys outside, and I feel comfortable with my guys winning those matchups. Obviously, Jake on a few of them. The big one to GP, and then right there at the end, it was just an easy one. Yeah, I mean, it just goes into the film study, the preparation. You see those looks. You see the looks before the blitz happens. You know what coverage is behind it, and you feel great about taking advantage of it.
John Machota with The Athletic. Where do you think Clayton Adams has helped you guys the most?
Everywhere. I mean, it would be hard to just say one area, and damn sure disrespectful to just say one area. That's a guy that loves football, loves the locker room, loves his players, loves coaching, loves inspiring. The run game obviously jumps out, and that's what's going to scream whether you look at the paper or you watch the film, and his intensity, how he coaches with him and Riley and Chin Young, all of them, and just the intensity they have, that offensive line, and the details that they have them playing with. Credit to all of them. Clayton brings a sense of intensity and focus and grit to our offense that you really can't quantify it, I guess. He's a great offensive coordinator. It's a great mix between him, Shotty, and the rest of those guys. The way they're putting together, we've got a great staff that been in this a long time. I'm thankful for.
Yeah, with Coach Schottenheimer, you've had a few coaches now. What do you think has stood out about him? Like maybe just off of this past week, coming off that tie against Green Bay, going in this game. How do you think that he's helped you guys and got you guys back on the right path?
I mean, that's just him being him. He's a stand-up guy who approaches each day the same, true to who he is, win, loss, draw, whatever it may be. You're going to get the same shot, and I think that's something that a lot of guys, that makes it easy to follow and a lot of guys to respect. And something just as a play caller and, from our relationship that I appreciate is a guy who takes heavy accountability. And what I mean is, there was some drives today that didn't go well. I'll take responsibility for a number of them where there's third down, should have got to this play or that play, but just to him even in my headset say, let me get something going for you. Let me do a better job of calling plays. And whether it was his fault or not, when you're the quarterback, like, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, this is dope, man. Hey, man, we got so special cooking. Yeah, we got so special cooking.
Maybe it's not all on me and they weren't your play calls. It's just taking accountability and then he called the touchdown to GP. So and then he goes, hey, I'm back in my bag, and I go, yeah, you are. So just incredible the way he approaches it.
I love that, bro. Yo, this is dope as hell to hear. Y'all better cherish it as it's happening. I'm telling y'all, cherish it as it's happening. So that way, when you look back on this in a couple of years, y'all gonna be like, man, that was a dope ass ride to get to where we at.
This game each and every day, and when you get to Sundays or whatever the game day is, he talks about playing free and playing, coaching and being loose, and he's the epitome of that. If you want to see somebody who's enjoying the moment, it's Shotty.
Can you piggyback on the TD to GP real quick? Come on, you got this natural follow up. I mean, what was the play call?
I can't give the.
They on Clarence Hill ass. It's not just me, y'all. It's not. He said, "Come on, yo, this is." I love
play call either. I mean, like, it was a touchdown. It was a big post.
He said he called it. Did he call it? No, he said.
No, I mean, he didn't call it. He said, hey, throw this to GP. My point is he just called the play, and GP happened to get a touchdown, and that was just a great play call. Okay.
The Harris Forward Star Telegraph. Shotty had mentioned when he was first hired.
Yo, this is, bruh.
How much did that show today in a game where y'all were missing so many starters on both sides?
Yeah, I mean, it was evident. As I said, for those guys who don't normally start to get in and to play.
Y'all ain't about to hear none of the rest of this. I'm about to be saying MVP for the rest of this interview.
Like starters and to own their roles and play at the standard that we did. Too many 3 and outs and too many things that we know we could be better at, but that's not on those guys. That's on just myself and just the whole process of it. But just staying consistent, the belief in each and every one of those guys. I mean, he's doing a hell of a job building this culture, and he deserves a lot of respect and credit for it.
A couple of touchdowns deferred now. That connection's really starting to blow. I mean, it's always positive, but really this year, his receptions through the first 5 games, it's up against some of the best tight ends in history. What would you say about the connection specifically right now?
Yeah, just a lot of communication. Not only give Jake credit, he's the beneficiary of it, but credit to Lunda Wells, their coach. We spend a lot of time with them, talking plays, talking specific plays, where I want him to be in certain zones or how we see a coverage. And it's always growing. I mean, we missed that first third down. That's a touchdown right there. I want it back. Jake wants it back. And that was just simply a way that he saw it a little different than I did. We talked about it. Hadn't got that look again, but I guarantee when we get it again, we score on it. And that's what it takes. It's just communicating and understanding one another and understanding how you want to attack, whether it be certain zones or it be certain plays.
Yeah, that was the play. If y'all see me live tweeting and stuff, man, some of my tweets are specific to a moment, not necessarily the whole game. That was a play right there. I was like, bro, Jake looked like he running in mud, bro. He was so slow on that play, bro. I was like, what is going on, man?
And Jake's just doing a hell of a job of getting open, playing nasty, just doing everything that you want in a tight end.
Patrick. Hey, Dak. Patrick Walker, Cowboys.com. Going back to Ryan Flournoy, he talked a lot about just the mental aspect of it, his willingness to be one of the first to come work out with you, his dedication, so forth and so on. From the physical standpoint, just talk about some of the things that stands out most about him between the lines that helps you do your job.
Yeah, strength. Simple as that is strength. Yeah, he loves the game and he's strong.
I love that they on Clarence ass, bruh.
He's going to win when it's man-to-man outside. Obviously, we've given him the ball in the run game back-to-back weeks now, and you've just watched how he's turned the edge, covered up the ball, put his head down, and he turns into a running back, and it's mad impressive. He's a guy that's just going to continue to take advantage of every opportunity he's given. Super, super proud of him. He just has to keep preparing the way that he's been preparing, and he's going to keep playing that same way.
Joe Hoyt, Dallas Morning News. You guys had 14 quick points after Maris forced fumble there. How pivotal was that, and what did that do for you guys offensively to see that happen?
Yeah, that was huge. I think that was the game right there. I mean, you look back at a lot of NFL games, and you can go back to, whether it be 2 minutes or, 3 or 4 plays, and that was that moment in this game. They were going down there to essentially tie it up, and punches the fumble out, and I'm sure in everybody's mind, even ours, right? Let's go get a touchdown or 3 points before the half ends, and we're able to go get a touchdown and then get the ball back again. And then even then we're thinking, 40 seconds, let's just get a field goal. And then Javonte breaks out a big run. So that turnover by Maris right there was huge, and just the way that the offense responded. Not only that, the defense coming right back out in less than a minute or so, or just over a minute, and making them go 3 and out. We burned some timeouts and got the ball back, and offensive line created a big hole. That was impressive, and that's what it's about, is taking advantage of each opportunity, because you don't know which play is going to break the game open, and that was it for us.
You were adamant after last game that there would be no finger pointing at the defense. When they performed the way they did today, what does that do for you guys just as a locker room and as an offense too?
I mean, no surprise. I mean, that's why you don't figure point, because you trust and believe in your brothers and your teammates. If anything, we're going to look at ourselves on offense and say, how do we finish this game better in the second half, and make sure that we don't allow the defense to be on the field as long as they were. I take responsibilities for as long as they're on the field with those 3 and outs and us not converting third downs. Is we were gassing them out. Not necessarily the Jets' offense, but just with our lack of production on offense and not giving them the rest, that's on us. So it's about being complimentary and making sure we take care of our business, because when they do get those turnovers and when they're making those stops, we've got to make sure we're.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, with Dak talking like this, these dudes is going to be running through a wall for that boy, bro. For real.
Rewarding them, and that's what complimentary football's about.
Man.
Tommy Harsh, DallasCowboys.com. 2 games in a row now where you guys have 2 touchdowns with less than a minute to go in the first half. What makes you so comfortable in those end-of-half situations when you're up against the clock, maybe don't have timeouts, but you're still able to go down and punch it in?
Yeah, just our preparation. Those are situations that we work every day. Every day that we're at work, we work a 2-minute situation, game management, and you have to, with just the way that these situations and plays come up, they're all different. Whether there's no timeouts, whether there's 1 timeout, whether you need a chunk, whether you're just trying to get 3. And I credit Shotty, I credit the coaches, and obviously, and the players for locking in each and every moment that we do these. Something that you could allow to be monotonous if you do. But we've got a great locker room that understands that you win and lose a lot of games in those moments. And so it's just details in the practices that we get when we're doing that. And it's been fun to see those things pay off, and that just gives you confidence when you're in those situations going forward.
Yeah. Tim Kalish, Dallas Morning News. Was it a personal goal to outrush Justin Fields today? Did you think you had a pretty good shot at that?
I did.
28-26.
No personal goal. I would probably bet opposite of that if I had to. Yeah, he's a hell of a player over there. Crazy athletic.
That's a crazy stat.
He can be very, very, very good. Yeah, but my legs just had some opportunities to, get in front of the line of scrimmage and go get it, whether it was 2-man and that 2-minute situation or, a couple of plays where they did a great job in coverage downfield, and that was really my only option. So, yeah.
I realize.
See, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. Got a genuine, cool response from the player. That wasn't no messy ass question. It was like, damn, Nick, hey, bro, this was a cool stat. You want to hear this cool stat you had?
It's only week 5, but you coming off the field, there were fans chanting MVP. Did you hear it at all? Did it mean anything?
I mean, my ears work, so I heard it, but I didn't hear it. To your answer, it's week 5. I don't care. I don't care if it was week 17. I've told y'all what I want to win, the team goals. Right now, the success and the continued success is going to happen. Just a beneficiary of all the guys in that locker room. I didn't play near as well of a game that I wanted to. Well, too many incompletions. I got to look back and see why. But yeah, I mean,
man.
Yeah, sometimes it's just happy and excited fans. Thank you guys.
Happy and excited fan. Color me one of those people, Dak. All right, y'all. It's Shotty time. Man, that was a good first half.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. How badly did you need a game like this, considering most of your games have been really close, and you get a win like this with at least a 2-score deficit? Difference here.
Well, we talk about it all the time. You don't win the game in the first quarter, second quarter. We knew this game was going to come down to the fourth quarter. We knew they'd make a run. It's a good football team. They're talented. Their defense made some really good adjustments. But, man, I'm just so proud. Imagine going in with 4 brand new offensive linemen, receivers that are Still learning and growing. Ryan Flournoy, what can you say about him? How great he played, and the defense, man, what they did to Justin Fields today. He's an incredible competitor because he's got to be sore because we hit him a bunch, we pressured him all over the place. But again, we talk about it all the time. Calvin, I mean, it's all about winning, and we found a way to win. But there's going to be a lot to correct, a lot to fix, and that's what we do as coaches.
Was Leofold's play just kind of the symbol of what your defense was about today, forcing that turnover and turning the game around a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've been pretty good at complimentary football the last couple days or last couple weeks. Sudden change, we call it, and I think we were pretty close to 100% today. But yeah, incredible play, and I thought the defense played physical, man. I thought Maris did that. The pass rush was incredible. Because I was sitting there working on calls, and I'd look up and see Justin, on his back or running for his life, and great energy, man. Our guys expected to win this game. They expected to play well, and I think that's important, and that's what we're trying to build.
Clarence Hill, DLLS Cowboys, just getting back to the four offensive linemen and having four backups up front. Just keep talking about the team and to be able to overcome that.
That is a focused head coach, ladies and gentlemen. Very focused.
Testament to the coaches, the players, what?
It's not a testament to the coaches. It's a testament to the players. The brotherhood that they believe in, the next man up mentality. I can't honestly say, though, Clarence, I don't remember ever having to go in with four brand new offensive linemen. But again, I think it goes down to their belief in one another. I want to see the film, but I thought really, I thought Nate did some really good things. He's a very, very talented young man, as we know. A little rotation going there at left guard, trying to get Hakeem and Trevor in there. But shoot, what you could say about TJ Bass last couple games, and but it was a little unique for sure going in with that deal.
How much does it help having Dak at quarterback to manage that situation? Because he throws to anybody. Flournoy had a big game. And, Pickett's your number one guy, but he may have 3-4 targets.
Yeah, I just look, I think we're spoiled. I think he's one of the best players in the league, and he's certainly one of the best teammates and leaders I've ever been around. The guys believe in him. He's playing with a ton of confidence right now. And that's why you can do some of the things that we do, in terms of staying aggressive. And, I thought the game changed late in the second quarter, right? We had the turnover, we went and got points, and then we got the 3 and out, and we were able to go, and Javonte had the huge run. But, that's a little thing. Javonte knows he cannot get tackled in bounds. So he's trying to score, but you saw him kind of veer to the left, saying, okay, if I can't get here, I got to get out of bounds because of the situation on the clock. And then, of course, a very similar call to the 2-point play where we jumped off sides. We snuck Fergie back across. So.
I'm Brian Todd Archer with ESPN. With 4 new linemen, did anything change about your plan from last night to today or during the week?
No. I would say, we went in with a plan. We did struggle to run the ball early. It's a good front, man. Williams is an incredible player. Thought he played very well. Their backers are downhill. Takes a while to settle in. I thought the big run before the end of the first half was huge for us. But no, not really. I mean, we knew it'd be tough inside all day. And Aaron and Steve Wilkes love to load the box, and that's what they did. So, we just kind of tried to stay with it. I probably got away from it a little bit, in third quarter, I guess, and it was nice to be able to finish it that way.
That's the first time in, I think, 6, 7, 8 years there's been 2 90-yard drives by the Cowboys. He talked to the efficiency of being able to do something like that when that's not usually a thing that happens.
Well, we don't necessarily want to do that. We'd like to have 90-yard touchdowns. If we could do that, we'll take those. I guess we probably need to go draw some of those up because we don't have enough of them in the offense. Just the belief, again, these guys love playing football together. They believe in one another. We expect to play well.
Boy, horse.
We don't always. But again, I think, team football, man, NFL football, 60-minute game. And, we needed that last drive because the defense was tired because we were really to start the second half on offense, and that's my fault. But that couple drives we put together late, the big touchdown to George, what a great catch. And then the last touchdown to Javonte was huge.
John McCoy with The Athletic. What was it like coming off the field at the end of the game for you personally, having obviously coached with the Jets and getting this win here?
I don't even think about that, John.
I was about to say, you probably ain't thinking about it.
I'm a live-in-the-moment guy. Saw some really dear friends on the Jets, sideline, Bobby Mastrodi, security guard. So great to see Curtis Martin before the game, guys like that. These are guys that, I bled with, but I'm a live in the moment guy. And again, it was special to be in that locker room and celebrate with those guys. And really, there's a lot of things to celebrate. There'll be a lot of things to clean up, but man, the effort and play style on both sides of the ball and special teams I thought was terrific.
What was the
Me too,
main
Shawty.
message you had to the team after the game?
The power of all about the ball. It's 2 weeks in a row now. We've won the turnover battle. We were 1-0 this week. Took care of it again. Got a goose egg for the second week. I think that's huge. But we talked a lot about the complementary football, and the defense, getting stops. And again, we didn't get as many out. But I'm telling you, when we watch the film, there's going to be. You guys should do the math because I'm not going to give you the numbers. But how many punches we had on the ball, I'm not going to give you guys the numbers. But there was going to be a lot of them. They were serious about and intentional about trying to get that ball out.
Tommy Arch, DallasCowboys.com. It's 2 straight weeks now where you've had
Diggs was
2
even
touchdowns
doing
in the last minute of the first
I seen Diggs out there punching, y'all. I seen Diggs out there punching.
half. What do you attribute that to, and how much can that swing a game in your favor when you're managing the end of the half so well?
Well, momentum, it's huge, part of it. we practice, the game management stuff. I think, to the question earlier about Dak, that's one of the great things about having a veteran quarterback. There's nothing that he can't handle, so it's easy to communicate with him about those things. We have words that we describe situations, which kind of takes the guesswork out of it. So we might call something blue. We don't, but we might call it blue, and that tells him the mindset he's in about the ball's got to get out of bounds or the ball's got to go in the end zone or whatever it is. And I think that helps. But he's a big part of our ability to manage those situations so well.
This week in practice, did you see anything change with the pass rush or anything that they were doing? Because it seemed like today they were a really new unit.
Yeah, I noticed it. I think, there's definitely some more pressure. We were bringing more 5-man pressures, but Dante Fowler, I thought he was incredible today. The speed and agility that he had, but it was multiple guys. I mean, and when you hit a quarterback, especially an athletic quarterback like Justin, and you keep him in the pocket and you don't let him, we let Breece Hall get a couple of runs on us. We got to look at that. But I thought the pass rush was so disruptive. And from having played the position, coached the quarterbacks forever, man, it's hard when you're getting hit like that because it does affect you.
Tim Kalishaw, Dallas Morning News. You're an optimistic guy. Was there any sense coming out today this is going to be a big Ryan Flournoy day? He may have 100 yards by halftime.
No. And I love Flo, Tim. I really do. You talk about one of the most selfless people you'll ever be around. All he ever does is work. But I have seen flashes of that in practice. But, we knew Sauce was going to match GP. We knew that was going to be a big battle. I wish GP would have got out of there. They made us throw a side adjust, and he almost got out of it. But so happy for Flo. I mean, this guy's been through so much, and he's worked his way up the depth chart and played special teams and then was waiting for an opportunity. And, that's what you get excited about. Like when we go watch a film of Nate Thomas or Ryan Flournoy or guys like that get thrown into the mix and then they have success. It's so important because they can build on that.
And does this win kind of show you and the team? Last week was a tie. You didn't know exactly what to say about it, but it really was a pretty good thing for this team, certainly compared to Green Bay. And you got something out of it?
Yeah, I still don't know how to handle the tie. But yes, I mean, we always play to win. We always expect to win. We obviously haven't won all of our games, but I do think this was a good building moment for our football team. Mm-hmm. It was great to see the defense have the flashes. We played pretty soft late, protecting the lead, so they got some yards on us late. And I think Shamar James had 15 tackles. They were checking it down. But again, watch the amount of guys running to the football, tackling when Justin was checking it down.
Notice what he said, man. Shamar James got 15 tackles because they were checking it down later in the game. All right, y'all, come on, man. I love that the Rook came in and he played well, but I just don't want to put too much on it. Don't put too much on it. Don't rush him into a position where he may not quite be ready. Maybe by mid-season, maybe by the bye week, he's ready to take over that position, man. But don't just thrust him in there and then put him in a position where he plays badly, and then now we looking at him crazy, and he having to deal with Kalen Carson had to deal with last season, pretty much how people turned on him. So just chill. I seen this movie play out last year. That's why I'm not just instantly jumping on, Shamar James, amazing. 15. No, chill, man. Just let the young man just grow into his role, bro.
In a fourth quarter of a game, like that's when you know you're made of the right stuff. And this football team's made of the right stuff, and that's why we're going to win a lot of games.
Anybody else?
Yep. I love how you talk.
Sure, WFUV Sports. This defense today seemed like it probably played the best game they had all season long. What do you kind of attribute that to?
I would say it starts with the coaches. Matt Eberflus a hell of a defensive coach. He and his staff made some changes.
Way to show support for your guy.
I thought some of the changes that we made were good. We mixed it up. I thought he called a really good game, but it all starts with the ability to win up front. If you can win the line of scrimmage, which I thought we did, certainly in the passing game, that's a huge part of it. So it starts with the guys up front, and when you can affect the quarterback, and then we obviously were able to get a lead, which helped. That gives you a chance, and just proud of the whole defense. They've taken their bruises and they've come out on the other side. We've got to do it again next week. This is one game. Midnight rule still applies. We won this game and it still applies. Last week we tied, it still applies. And as soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna have a shotty, get on the plane, and get back to Dallas.
I'll have a shotty. Hey man, that's my coach. All right, y'all. Last one, Jerry Jones.
Jerry, you mentioned the offensive line, 4 backups. Just what does it say about the depth that you have and some of these guys that have been able to step up for you?
Well, it says that maybe that's not the depth, that's the players that are sitting out there when they can play. We have a lot of respect for their defensive front, the Jets. But this was a great win for team, not a win for an individual or 4 or 5 all-star, all-pros. This was done with a lot of guys that wouldn't even have been dressed out there today. There's several of them. So my hat's off to, but the main thing I want to say is the credibility of our coaches just went up today. Guys and players. And everybody, in my mind, should have the same thing.
I said that.
How pivotal was Maris Leofau's punch out there? And
I said
what was the reaction, and what does that do to you?
That's what he do. That's what he do.
Yeah, Jerry! That's what he do. Oh, Jerry! That's what he do.
We got a lot of guys step up and really make some plays, but I'm so anxious. I can't tell you how impressed I am with our offensive line and how they were coached up. Because this team is good in the defensive line. Good on their defensive front. So, and we're getting better on defense.
Damn,
I know
Jerry.
everybody says, man, can't we get off the field? Can't we get off the field? Well,
Jerry got a lot of old people marks on him.
we're getting better, but this was a valiant effort, a great coaching job today.
Devontae Williams with over 100 yards in the first half against one of the best rushing defenses in the league.
Yeah.
What can you say about what he's been able to do so far?
Well, first of all, we all see he's violent, the way he overused the word. He runs with that kind of strength and that kind of determination. He's very talented, got great balance, but he was behind an outstanding offensive line today, believe it or not. And that was not chopped liver they were running against. That's one of the best ones. And so that and the way we were, our game plan so that we could keep them off balance with Dak and his leadership out there, pre-play calls, all of that was a big victory for this game didn't have to turn out this way, but it did, and did with a lot of people that we weren't expecting to be out there, much less as many of them were out there together. It's one thing for one to play with the rest of the guys that we've been counting on that we without injury, or two of them to play. But
Jerry's
to sit here and
impressed by
have
Shotty,
a dozen of them out there playing.
Jerry them got full belief in Shotty. They're going to make moves for that boy. I'm telling y'all. They're going to give Shotty everything he needs. Jerry them believe in Shotty.
And boy, Jets needed to win this game too.
This
so
is great for that
that's
reason.
off to our coaches.
Houston was a guy that you brought in for
This is how much he's talking about the coaches, man.
5 games of the season. He's leading this team in sacks. What do you have to say about his performance just as the season?
Well, it just shows you that he's got those kinds of skills. He always has it.
That sweat probably smell like mildew.
We know that he needs to work on the run. Guess what? We had a pass rusher around here that the way to box him in was run at him, and but he could really rush the passer. This guy's rushing the passer beyond my expectation.
What did Flournoy show you today? We knew Pickens would get a lot of attention, but what did he show you?
Well, he showed the ability. Those were very talented catches he was making. In other words, he had a lot to do with how he was coming back for the ball, his timing, that type thing. And I know Dak would be the first one to tell you that. So he really should go up, and all of our fans' eyes went up my eyes today.
All right, y'all. That was Jerry Jones on what he saw, and I gotta say, I agree with everything that the old man said right there, man. A lot of good vibes around Dallas right now. Jerry flipping people off. Dak's playing like an MVP. Brian Schottenheimer looks like our savior, and we actually have a real running game with a real running back and a real offensive line and a real offensive line coach, and we just need everything except for we just need a couple more playmakers on the defense. So we may have that coming back too, y'all. This may get real exciting real quick. Y'all hold on to y'all britches and y'all knickers. I did not say the hard. I didn't YouTube. Y'all know I was talking about undergarments. Come on, man. Either way, how about them Cowboys?
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still them boys.